Soundwaves KPFK, the soundtrack of the World Wide Web. I'm your host, Abraham Beltran, and we have the ambassador of the funk, Sir Dam-Funk.
What's up, y'all? Alright, much love.
In the place to be. So he came through, played some amazing, ridiculous instrumentals off his forthcoming album.
Thank you, Abe.
And we talked a little bit about the funk, the genesis of his love for the funk, and kind of how he's gone about being a proponent of that with his night, Funkmosphere at Carbon in Culver City and whatnot. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the funk, if you don't mind.
It's all good.
So kind of taking it back to when you first started playing, who were some of the groups that really inspired you to start making your own music?
The main cat is Prince. And also groups like Slave featuring Steve Arrington, One Way, Loose Ends even. Those kind of groups are very inspirational to me in the creating of my music. I just like to make music that's, you know, melodic but still funky. And the music that I play out, record collection wise, is boogie and funk. So, but then when you mix that all together, my material is basically modern funk. So that's where we at with things. Yeah.
Now, Prince, are there certain albums that are like seminal? Like that's the Prince I love for you? Yeah. I mean, what's the Prince that you...
definitely before 1989. And it was after that point, you know, much respect to him. He's just got a little out there, different styles and, you know, pop-wise. But I like him when he was more on the first album, For You. Then Dirty Mind, of course, 1999, which is a funk classic that people sleep on. Double album, just fantastic material. Lady Cab Driver for one. It's like... that's the type of style that I like, man. That kind of era of Prince.
You know, I was reading this cat on OK Player was throwing posts from this Rick James forum.
Oh, okay.
And he was telling these stories about how Rick used to get livid because he felt that Prince was taking his style. I mean, when Prince was first coming up, even down to his strutting on stage and kind of the pyrotechnics he was doing and whatnot. Now, do you see Prince as kind of being a derivative of Rick James?
No, I think Prince is his own figure, his own style. Rick is definitely respected, rest in peace. But they always had a competition thing. It's just that Prince, to me, is more well-rounded. Guitar-wise, he's a very incredible guitar player that people sleep on. I mean, it's like... And his material and some of the subject matters that he delved into is a little bit different. Rick is the party man. You know, a lot of kids like Rick when he was coming up. Prince took it to another level. I always look at it as you talked about Parliament, Abe, earlier. It was like Parliament was one era, and then the next era was Rick. And that was a really short-lived triumph. And then Prince came and just knocked everybody out the box. You know what I mean?
Now, after Prince, do you see there even been any remote successors, or not really? Besides yourself, of course.
I mean, I would thank you, Abe. I mean, it's like I'm not at that particular. Like I said, I'm a humble cat. Right. What I'm trying to say is that after Prince, it just seemed like there wasn't a successor. You're right, and all I would like to do is to continue those levels of funk, whether it be me producing other groups or some of my own material or just helping other cats. There is a group that came out of Orange County called Slapback that was incredible, and they really funked hard, you know. But when Run DMC came out and It's Like That, you know, dropped, it was over. You know what I'm saying? We all moved to hip-hop, and it was a great era, and it still is. The golden era came. And a lot of people forgot about the funk, but as time went on, as you can see now, we're uplifting the funk, and it's a mentality. It's not just music. It's not just rainbow afros going out and with platform shoes. If you look at the P-Funk album covers, there's ideology in there. And,
right, the whole noise devoid of funk, and that's a whole story.
Exactly, man.
It's often overlooked.
Yes, exactly. That's the kind of stuff that I would like to see, you know, integrated, and props to groups like Sarah and keeping it alive. Even new outfits like Hawthorne Headhunters coming out, and different cats that are out. You know, it's definitely something to keep an eye open for the funk level in modern funk. And
you talked about kind of at least because I know you're very humble, at least trying to carry the torch along. But you linked up with Stone's Throw, and interesting you picked Stone's Throw because I think the LA Weekly did a write-up maybe about 8 to 9 months ago talking about how as an independent label to have the success that they have, and they've been around for 10 years, is really saying something. Because essentially, to me, what it says is, you thought all these artists wouldn't get, there's no fan base and whatnot, but it's like middle finger to you, because they're doing it and they've developed a following, and they have, with cats like Madlib and whatnot, and now yourself, coming to the table. So how do you see Stone's Throw in terms of being an avenue through which you can kind of spread your sound out and really reach folks?
The way that I look at Stone's Throw is, in a respectful way, is because they allow the artist to exercise the art without any boardroom chairman, telling you to go hit radio or, make a song for this particular demographic. It's like the artists have creative control. And, Wolf, Peanut Butter Wolf, nurtures the artists, and Egon and all these cats up there. It's like, they let us do what we want to do. And then, because the way it works is that, if they decide to, get down with you, they like the music. It's not like the artist is forcing the music on them. We have a mutual love for each other's, creativity. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I chose Stone's Throw, because, and it just happened. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was even out here knocking on doors.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just happened. But it was fortunate enough, after the session music era that I went into during the 90s and into early 2000s, that a label like Stone's Throw said, man, come on, get this cat, he needs to have some stuff out there. And total, props to them for, allowing me to get down creatively via Stone's Throw.
So do you think Egon and Wolf kind of having that love for the music first and foremost is what makes it kind of conducive to you being able to flourish as an artist?
Yes, because I just enjoy being able to record music that I decided to go into my studio and walk away from it. It's a done deal, and all of a sudden just bang it on Wolf, and it's like, yeah, this is cool. You know what I mean? Or, it's like, it's not a lot of red tape involved.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's not like, it's a label that has a built-in fan base, which they nurture us as well. And so far it's been great, because what I was surprised about, Abe, is that being that Stone's Throw is like a hip-hop based label, that the people who follow Stone's Throw are very into this type of style of music that I'm creating. And also, even with the boogie wax that I'm playing at Funkmosphere, and sharing that genre of music with people, the Stone's Throw artists, the Stone's Throw fan base are really receptive to that sound. It's like the James Brown era of digging came, it was cool. The 45 era came, and we still love it. Rest in peace, James. But it's like now there's other people who came up that are younger than us, Abe, that their memories are different than when we were riding the back of our parents' car listening to Blue Magic and Delphonics and James Brown and P-Funk. Now they came up listening to early 80s stuff. So just so happens that the style that I'm playing out at the clubs that I do sets at, it's working with the LA scene and now worldwide, and like I said, just all together, it's really working out well with the Stone's Throw experience.